What's up, guys? It's Kwam, and look, I know it's been a long time, but a lot of stuff has been getting in the way. But we're finally back from Monkaizer videos. In fact, after this one, there's only one more left. I really could have had this line done way before, but we're getting it done now. Just a heads up, though, for this video. One, since it's been so long in the arc that this is based on, has been out for so long, I'm not really going to spend a whole lot of time yapping about like the characters and all that stuff. So if you guys are interested, please go check out my Instagram where the whole arc is there. In fact, Monkaizer is almost done on my Instagram. So please, if you are interested, please go check it out. Sorry if you hear that in the background. It is raining, but there's no more excuses. We got to get this video done. But yeah, this video will cover Omar Rea as well as the three little guys down there. So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, starting off with, we have Orochigahru Gamaraya, which is the little toad guy. You know what our boy Cochran does transform into. Pretty small, but I do really like this guy a lot. And if you guys are wondering why, it's not Journey to the West theme, well, it's basically kind of inverse in Dawn Brothers, where the Japanese folk tale is the Six Ranger storyline. Even though I actually did consider making this Momotaro theme, but that didn't end up happening. Anyway, the overall aesthetic of the guy is pretty nice. He's small with a little bit of detail, a little bit of black and white, the green eyes. Nothing really too much going on with him here. Just having a closer look at him, he does look pretty nice. He does have a little bit of articulation here. The legs can move forward and backward here. The feet can move up and down here. He can get into a nice leaping pose, as well as the feet can move back as well. But yeah, that is Orochigahru Gamaraya. Not too much going on with him, but he is cute little guy. I really like him quite a bit. Next, we have Orochigahru which belongs to Orochigahru, which is the villain of the arc. His real name is Garu, however, and again, really cool. So he's based off of Orochi from the same folktale from the Gerard the Gallic folktale. So he's a nice dark blue snake. But he does have a little bit of like a light and blue creeping up in there. He does look pretty nice. I do think the red eyes really do make him pop as well. So getting him off the turntable here to get a little bit nice look at the finer detail, as you can see. Nice dark blue, some black, gray. Pretty good. Articulation wise, he does have a little ball joint in the head that can move up and down. He can rotate it. The fangs can move up and down as well. He does have a ball joint here of the section here where the kind of neck meets the body. He also has two ball joints in the tail to get a little range of motion. Then of course they do pop off because they are ball joints. But yeah, that is Orochigahru. And he hit the back here. But yeah, pretty nice. I do like him quite a bit. And finally, the smallest of them, we have Orochigahru Tsunamaru, which is of course based off the Slug Princess. And I really like the storyline I wrote for all these guys, so please go check out the storyline to know her deal. But I like her quite a bit too. As you can see, she's kind of like sitting in her own little bit of like slime. That's what this piece is right here. And the slime bit of her back here is a nice transparent blue. Her eyes are a nice little blue color here, a little smile on her face, really adorable. She does have a little articulation in the eye, so the eyes can move up and down, and you can rotate them at the base here. And there's kind of a rotation here, but since the ball joint is there, you can't really get much motion out of it. So, but yeah, nothing too crazy going on with her, but she's pretty cool. And she's also technically the power-up for this guy here. Well, not for this guy. Well, I guess this guy, because they do transform into the mechs this season. But there she is, and she is quite good. But now for the big man himself, Omar Rea, who is a demon. And again, guys, you have to read the arc that you have to read the arc where these guys come from, because the storyline is absolutely awesome. So there is a reason why he's not based off really any particular like demon in Japanese, but or any kind of folktale, but he is pretty neat. Maybe if you guys can draw some comparisons to something that you might know, you feel free. But, this guy is pretty much just a figment of, my own creation, basically. I will say he does have some fire abilities, which is pretty neat. And again, but read the arc if you're interested in more in that. But anyway, the actual look of this guy, he is mixed with a lot of different colors, but But for as, you know, colorful as he may seem, I do feel like he's a bit more streamlined than he might look, because the majority of him is like this, is a white color, especially like down for the legs here. So it's nice white and red and blue. So basically the colors of these guys right here. And you see a little bit of green poking out, of course, coming from her right here. He also has, again, big lava arms, because he does have that ability, and fire, boom, shooting out the back right there. But yeah, getting him off the turntable here, as you can see. Yeah, this guy looks really, really awesome. There's his face right here. There's the body. There's the back. So he does have bigger feet than the other. Well, not bigger feet, but he has different feet than the others. He has big, kind of monstrous feet. And articulation-wise for this guy, he does have, again, a ball joint in the head. But since it's the way it's positioned, well, you can get a decent range of motion. You can rotate it. You can't move it up. You can't move it down a little bit, though. So there's that. He does have ball joints in the arms here to get pretty good range of motion. He does have waist articulation, so you can rotate them. They will kind of like bump into these, which are supposed to be up in this mode, but you can still move those there. He does have ratchet legs, so they can move forward and backward and in and out. He does have ball joints in the feet as well. And of course, the fingers are articulated and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's Omar Rea right here. And he's pretty freaking awesome. So I do like this guy quite a bit. So for Gamaraiya, what you're going to do here is you're going to rip off just the top of his head. So we're going to take off the top of his head and we'll put this off to the side. Then you'll take this part of his body, kind of straighten it out like this, rotate it like so. And then you'll fold the legs outward like this. And then bring them down just like that. And we'll just leave it like this for now. Now for Omar Rea, this guy, transformation is pretty simple. So these two blades on the side here, you're going to take these off here. I'll just set them down for right now. There's this little kind of green piece on the back here. It's kind of yellowish green piece. Take this off. We'll need this in a minute right here. You're going to take these little fire bits, spread them out so they can become kind of like wings here. Just straighten out his posture, fold down these green bits, fold down the cockpit, because I actually left the cockpit intact for this guy. Then what you'll do here, this one's kind of the hardest part, because it's kind of hard to get your hands on everything, but basically, you will, I'll fold these back. I should have done this first. You'll take this piece here and bring this section back just like that. So kind of this many clicks. And then the head, well, I dropped them. The head will fold down just like so. Like that, so keep that hidden right there. Rip these out like that. Then you'll take the little blades here and put these in his hand with these little Technic holes and pins right here. And they're color coded. It doesn't really matter what hands you put them into, but we'll just put them in his hands just like so. Just like that. Then you'll take this piece here, put it right there, so when you put his head here, it'll be raised up a bit, and then you'll close this up so he's inside the cockpit. Finally, there's a little peg right here. We'll just put this guy on top just like so to kind of cover up all of the blue. And there you go, guys. There is Rekasama Gamaraya, which is the combined formation of this guy. And he does look, again, pretty freaking awesome. So, let's get him on the turntable. This guy does look absolutely monstrous. He does look pretty cool. I think his aesthetic doesn't change too much, but I do think he's bumping into the backs there. My bad. But his aesthetic doesn't change too much, but I do think it does look pretty nice. I just feel like, you know, he does look more posing in this form. So let me just have you get a look at this guy here. Yeah, just look all the nice blaze detail with all the translucent oranges and stuff like that. There's a better look at his face, kind of following the same kind of pattern all the Monkaizer mechs have, with having nice detailed mecha faces, which is pretty neat. Not really much to see like on the bottom here, because like the legs don't really change at all. But not a lot of this guy changes. It's really just like the upper part that really changes, but it does look pretty neat, as you can see. And I really do like how the red of Gamaraiya covers up the blue of Orochigahru. But yeah, there's not really too much about this guy to go over. But yeah, he's pretty nice, pretty nice. And for a size comparison, here he is next to Monkaizer. So I'm kind of like at an up angle a little bit, so the camera's not flush on the ground. But they're basically the same height. This guy is probably a little bit taller, just because there's a lot more stuff going on. But yeah, not really too much else to go over with these two. Well, until we get to the combination. But in terms of like things for like Rekasama Gamaraya, he's basically all covered. So let's get to Rekasama Archigaru next. Alright, so I didn't completely de-transform this guy because there's really no point. I just took off all the necessary bits. So, for this guy, for Orochigahru, what you want to do here is you want to split his head here and put this off to the side. Well, actually, no, not put off this side. We'll do with it right now. So, you'll just set him in here just like where Gamaraiya was. So, plug him in there, and then we'll kind of fold these up just like so. We'll come to the back. I actually got to take something off of Gamaraiya. This part will just simply go back onto his back, just like so. Basically rotate this part up, and then you'll plug it in to his back right here to become his tail. Just like that, really cool. And then for the upper part, I'm going to raise the camera up because this is actually pretty cool how it detangles. So basically, this whole part here was kind of like all, you know, not covered up, but like scrunched up. Basically, we're going to set it free. So we'll flip this out, and then we'll get these to rotate out on these joints. So rotate it, rotate it, rotate it, bring out the fangs, and now he has his long, awesome snake ponytail. And there is Rekasama Archigaru, all transformed. This looks so incredibly awesome. Again, take a look at the nice, fine details over here. You know, I love the snake ponytail, and those have that has a lot of articulation. You kind of already saw you have the ball joint at the base, and then like one in the middle, one at the head, the fangs. This looks really cool. The tail is a great addition, which has again 3 points of articulation. And you know, I just think the dark blue kind of complements this guy. I think a bit more because I think the red. I mean, this guy has red on him, but especially at the bottom. But I just feel like the blue kind of makes it balance out more because you got nice blue at the top, red at the bottom, more so. You know, give or take. Just in general. So I just think this formation is the superior one. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I know you will, as usual. But yeah, that is Rekasama Archigaru. And for a size comparison, here he is next to small Goku, as you can see. And again, it's basically the same thing because this guy and his brother are 1-to-1. So, but yeah, that's about it for these two combinations. So next we're gonna do the combinations between the two monkey brothers, and then we'll get into the last formation with her. So without further ado, let's get to it. So the combination between these two is called Rekasama Goku, which is seen in Monkaizer episode 21. So to get it prepped up, it's pretty easy. Not every part is used from both of them, but we'll just prep this guy up. So for this guy, what you're gonna want to do here is take off Orochigahru, so both parts in here. Then we're going to split this guy from his legs. So remove that part here, and we'll move these off to the side. We're going to take the legs of Omar Rea and combine them just like so. So we have that right there. We're going to take the head of Orochigahru and put it right here on top of his staff, just like so. And then the tail here will combine right here onto his shoulder pad, just like so. And there we go, my friends. There is Rekasama Goku all put together. This is the combination. This guy only appears in one episode, because spoilers, I won't tell you what exactly happens, but this guy doesn't get a lot of screen time. But it's actually a really cool formation. It's basically, it's pretty neat. I do like it. Now, not every part is used, but I feel like every part that needs to be used is used to a pretty good capacity. So, but yeah, and I like the arm weapon, not arm weapon, but I guess kind of the arm weapon here, and then the snake on the staff here. It does look pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, not really too much else to go over with this combination, so let's move on. Alright, now we're about to make Rekasama Monkaizer. So do this again. It's pretty much it's pretty similar. So we're going to remove the middle here, or not middle. We're going to remove his legs here, and we'll combine the legs on top, just like that. For Omar Rea, you're actually going to take off this arm as well. So remove this arm, take the red blade from him. So we have those two parts ready. All right, I already took off Monkaiser's other arm. So this will plug in, and then you'll put the blade into his hand, just like so. So there's that. Finally, you'll take Gamaraiya, put him on top, just like this, and then you'll have the legs kind of fold down beside Monkaiser's face. But yeah, that is Rekasama Kaiser all put together. So yeah, here it is. This is probably the more complete combination. One might say, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I like the other one better. Technically, I like Boku's better, but I feel like Gamaraiya, he adds more because literally he uses a whole other arm. And I just feel like him getting the new helmet just adds more to the overall design. But yeah, that's kind of the look at him here. Nothing really too much to go over. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one right here. Alright, now to the final part of the video. We have to combine Tsunamaru with Omar Rea. And to do that, once again, is pretty simple. So I pretty much transformed this guy back to his normal form. Also, I think I made a mistake in the last section. I'm pretty sure I have the blue blade on the Monkaizer combination. So, whoops. But anyway, basically what you're going to do here is remove her from her little slime pit here, which is kind of gross, but you know, she's a slug and all. Again, she'll plug in just right here, just like the rest of them did, like that. Fold up her little cockpit. Then you'll remove it right here, and then put this bit in the middle, just like so. And then you'll put this little section here right back where it was, completing that design, just like so. And yes, there is Rekasama Tsunamaru all put together. And again, it basically follows the same thing that the other two did. And I do like this one too. You know, I like the added green. Not as much as the other two. The other two are better, but you know, this one is pretty neat too. We'll give you a little nice look, a little bit at the detail here. Really nice. As you can see here, and basically everything else is pretty much the same as what we've already kind of looked at the whole video. But yeah, guys, I think I'm about to do it for Rekasama Gamaraya and all his stuff. I apologize so much, you guys, for having this video take so long. I know there were different comments that I've gotten over the past couple months asking when was the next Monkaizer video going to be. And, you know, I always gave like some arbitrary date and whatnot. And, you know, life, you know, is lifing, bro. Like, we are, you know, big up in our 20s. Well, I am only 20 years old, but big ups, adulting. I've been trying to get something off the ground that I'm still trying to keep a little bit confidential, but, you know, and work has been a lot. So it hasn't been easy. It hasn't always been easy, but I can promise you that these videos were still coming out. Probably not as quick of a pace as they used to, but that's why I think from going forward, I think colleges are kind of like chilled out with the overall amount of mix, but I think just in general, I think the amount of mix I make a year are going to be dialed back a little bit, just in case, because I would not have time to build all these guys during last year, during Zen all year, and through Tender especially, I had so much. I'll probably won't ever have that much on my hands ever again to do anything like this, but I just appreciate all you guys for staying subscribed. We're still at 800 subscribers, well, 810 subscribers and whatnot. And you don't know how much it means to me over the past 8 years, almost 9 years of having this channel that, you know, we have hit the milestone and it stayed consistent, you know. And people actually, you know, wondering where I am, how I've been, when the next video coming out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I don't really have that much to say. I can say, though, that there is one more video after this one. Well, one more final Meg after this one. I think there'll be one more video to cover, since I forgot to cover a certain combination that appears in Monkaizer during, like, midway through the series. So I'll have to make a quick video about that. Or maybe I'll just make a post about it. I don't know. And I also will say that the construction of the next mech series has already begun. In fact, the base mech has already been made. This is the first time that I've ever been able to start a mech series before finishing the last one, and that's just thanks to me working and me being able to, you know, buy the stuff that I need to make these mechs for you guys and show them off on the channel. Name drop, as always, will be in the last video every year. That's how it's always been. That's how it will continue to be. And I want the next video to be out. Since I cleaned up the area a little bit, also filming area has been really tough lately too. Because I don't have a nice place to film. I'm kind of back in the same spot I was before last year and like the year before. I don't really like this spot too much because the lighting isn't that good. I tried to turn the flash on my camera, so maybe the stuff does come out a little bit better and not as dark and grainy looking. So we'll see. I don't know. But this will just have to be the filming area for a little while, even though I'm not a particular fan of it. But yeah, guys, this is yapping from me. Thank you so much for watching. I promise you that the next video and the last video will be out sometime next month. But I really appreciate you guys for sitting through me talk. And I just really appreciate you guys just in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Please check out Qualmarts to view everything Monkaizer, everything that I have going on with all of these series. Just to be updated about what's happening. But anyways, guys, that's enough from me. Peace out.